Hello everyone, we're back with chess pattern number 17, the bishop takes h6 attacking flame. A super important attacking pattern as well, very common. So the point here is that you sacrifice this bishop, and after takes, yeah, nice arrows, man. So after takes, you take here and get a strong attack going. So one thing to remember is that usually you want to be able to capture on h6 with the queen. Sometimes this square might be like overprotected and you might be able to get away with just playing bishop takes h6 and opening up the g file, even though you can't play queen takes h6. But yeah, that's, I would say, rather rare. So usually you want to be able to take on h6 to at least have a perpetual with queen check here and all of that good stuff. So how the pattern plays out: bishop takes h6, g takes h6, queen takes h6, and then you follow up with either getting like maybe a pawn here or getting the rook into the game, something like that. So for our first sample game, we have a game between Alexander Belyavsky against Alan Mile Bereshu, I guess a Romanian player, Bereshu, right? So we get to see one of these Catalan openings with this very like enterprising b5 stuff, and now e4 getting the center, f4, and this looks monstrous. f5 continuing on, and boom is coming and getting all of these, like all of white's pieces are playing while black looks a bit silly, like the knight isn't even developed. So now the sacrifice comes in, but here you can't take. So sometimes the sacrifice, by the way, isn't really a sacrifice, because you take on h6 then pick up the knight on f6, you've won a pawn then. But here it's like a sacrifice actually. And so the point is that you have to take on h6 to be able to have these ideas and all of that good stuff. So if the knight moves here, for example, you just play knight g6. And something similar occurred in the game. So queen takes c3, still insisting on winning pawns, maybe taking here, but white simply doesn't care, or cares very slightly, and comes in with this knight g6 check anyway. And now the point here is that you come in with queen g6, not recapturing, queen h6 check, not recapturing immediately. And now you come in with rook e7, a rook infiltration as we have seen before. And if like rook f7, you have queen takes h7 check. So queen takes d4, king h1, and there's simply no defense. Even though the queen can cover some of these squares, it can't cover this, for example. So white is completely winning here. Very nice attacking game by Belyavsky. Okay, so sample game number 2. Christian Bauer against Roberto Cifuentes Parada. Okay, I know a bit of Spanish, so I'm confident in that pronunciation. And now you can see like the queen coming in and starting off the attack. So rook d3, not going in right away, but preparing. So this is a rook lift, of course a very common pattern as well. And rook e6, a counter rook lift, trying to defend along the rank as well. So in this case the bishop isn't taken, but white still has a crushing attack by first taking the exchange and now sacrificing here to get rook g3, the rook lift. After takes, rook queen e7, and this this can't be stopped. Of course this is hanging as well, so you can't move the knight, for example, because this is hanging. So another very brilliant attacking game by Christian Bauer, and it showcases clearly the point of playing bishop takes h6, which is that you usually follow up with rook lifts. Alright, so for our test we have this game between Nikola Sedlak against Zlatko Ilincic, or Ilincic, or Ilincic. Okay, so we have one of these Petrofos, and it gets quite aggressive now. So white has all of these attacking pieces aimed at black's king side. The question is, should they go for the sacrifice that we've learned about? Should they go for bishop takes h6? Yes, no, maybe, however, even though. So pause the video, try to figure that out. Alright, so for the full game and the answer to this question. The answer is that yes, he should have played the sacrifice, it's actually correct, but he shouldn't have followed up the way he did. So the sacrifice is correct. Queen takes h6, knight e4, and now so queen takes h6, knight e4, and now he could have, like, bishop takes e4 is fine if you follow up correctly, but rook he1, trying to go for rook takes e4, another sacrifice to get bishop takes e4 and queen h7, which is very strong. That would have actually maybe even been slightly better for white, but after bishop takes e4, d takes e4, knight g5, you're actually just completely losing. You have to play rook d5, which is the only saving grace. Yes, a complete rook sacrifice, a full rook sacrifice, but the point here is that you're able to play knight g5, and this can't be prevented by any means, so you have to, by only one mean, well, so you have to take here, and this just allows a perpetual. Yeah, so by the way, I included the engine line here, of course. You could have just played the perpetual by just going like this, but I thought it was funny. Okay, so yeah, that was his last chance, but now after knight g5 he's just lost. He's down a piece, and queen b6 is a nice defensive move, forcing white to simply be down a piece. And we'll take a look at the conversion very quickly, because I mean, this is a game between two 2500s, so I imagine black knows how to win up a piece. But white tried. I tried, but finally resigned. Yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Hope you got something out of it. Yeah, this pattern actually is very very fun, actually. Getting all of this, all of these sacrifices in, getting the rook lift. So the rook lift as a follow-up is very important, actually, also to know and to keep in mind. Alright, guys, with that, thanks for watching and take care.